it's no more talking. Go ahead. Hopefully they sign on papers and make this fight happen, because I feel like this is the biggest fight in boxing.
Look, as much as Vergil's been talking, absolutely, sign the contract. As much as his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, has been talking about that fight, make the fight happen.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis didn't hold back. Frustrated by the ongoing back and forth, he fired a direct message at Robert Garcia: "Stop talking and sign the papers." With Vergil Ortiz Jr. also pushing for the fight, is boxing finally on the verge of getting one of its biggest showdowns at 154 pounds?
And let everybody know that I want this fight, and I'm gonna show the world why I'm the best in the world. I'm going to take it to them, you know, because like I said, they've been doing too much talking. It's too much talking. The time is now. We both in our primes. Everybody want to see it. I'm about to shut all the haters up, because that's what they've been doing. And it's time to have fun, man. I'm about to take over this division, straight like that.
In response, Robert Garcia made it clear that Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Jaron "Boots" Ennis is the fight his team wants next, insisting the matchup is straightforward to put together. He pointed out that both fighters are available and viewed October as the ideal time for the bout, adding that if the fight fails to materialize, he believes the decision would come from Ennis choosing a different path.
Have you had any conversations with Senior or Junior?
I did. I have been talking to Senior, and we both agree that that's the fight we want next. That's the fight we want next, and it's so easy to make. It's not a hard decision. Boots is there. Boots is available. Vergil's available. October is a perfect.
Echoing that urgency, Vergil Ortiz Jr. stressed that a clash with Jaron "Boots" Ennis needs to happen sooner rather than later, explaining that with both fighters now campaigning at 154 pounds, the matchup makes perfect sense. Ortiz also emphasized his willingness to face anyone, saying his competitive mindset has always pushed him to test himself against the very best.
I don't see that. Because it has to happen. Because it has to happen soon. Because it has to happen.
Yeah,
soon.
because 160 is that far away for you guys, right?
Yeah. We both just moved up, so it has to happen at 154. So it'll happen soon. But we want to fight everyone. You know, I'm a competitive person. I like to test myself against people.
Building on that confidence, Robert expressed strong belief in Ortiz's chances if the fight with Jaron "Boots" Ennis is made. He argued that Ortiz's power at 154 pounds is the difference maker, insisting he won't hesitate to let his hands go and has the kind of punching force that could end the fight before the final bell.
That Vergil could exploit.
100% agree with Vergil. I think if Vergil is able to, fight Boots, and we were able to get those punches, I think it's over. I think Vergil is not going to hold back. Vergil has great, insane power at 154. So I think Vergil will finish him.
Shifting to the stylistic breakdown, Coach Stephen "Breadman" Edwards described Vergil Ortiz Jr. as the toughest stylistic challenge for Jaron "Boots" Ennis. He explained that Ortiz's short, compact punches are especially dangerous at mid-range and in close exchanges, where Ennis often likes to operate. While acknowledging Boots' superior speed and ultimately favoring him to win, Edwards cautioned that Ennis's habit of dropping his hands and relying on reflexes could create opportunities for Ortiz to land clean, damaging shots.
Stylistically, to me, the hardest fight for Boots is Vergil Ortiz. That's my honest opinion. Vergil Ortiz, Boots got them long, kind of like gangly arms, right? And sometimes he load up a little bit, and Vergil Ortiz punch short and compact, right in the mid-range on the inside, right where Boots like it. And in exchanges, Vergil Ortiz, I don't think he's as fast as Boots for like combinations of punches, but I do think that if Boots is throwing single shots, that Vergil's short, compact punches can get there. Because one thing Vergil don't play like Boots play. Boots sometimes put his hands down, he lean back, he do all kinds of stuff.
Roll the shots.
Yeah, Boots does a lot of stuff where Vergil kind of just stays in one place and just fires right from where he's at. So in my opinion, I still think Boots can beat Vergil, but...
Offering another perspective, Sergio Mora viewed a potential clash between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. as one of boxing's true 50-50 matchups. He noted that both fighters have shown defensive vulnerabilities because of their aggressive knockout-seeking styles, making clean exchanges almost inevitable. Mora believed Ennis does a better job of rolling with punches and using his reach to reduce damage while attacking the body, whereas Ortiz tends to respond to adversity by becoming even more aggressive, which could leave him open to counters. In Mora's view, the matchup has all the ingredients for an explosive fight that is unlikely to go the distance.
Ortiz gets hit too. He gets rocked. He gets controversially knocked down as well. He would deny it, but the truth is there. We could see, we have eyes. Boots is the same way. This is the type of fight with Boots and Ortiz. If when it happens. One of the biggest fights in boxing against two power punchers that are susceptibly defensively because they're so front foot. They go for the knockout. When you have knockout punchers, you're bound to get touched. The difference is Boots rolls with the shots. He takes a little bit of the steam off the shots. He knows how to use his long frame and still dig to the body. Vergil, on the other hand, he'll get up after getting dropped, shake his head, and put it in another gear, in a meaner gear. That can work against a mean fighter like Vergil and run into shots, especially if you're buzzed. So when it does happen, hold on. It's gonna be explosive. Someone's gonna get knocked out. And I always pick a side, right, Mannix? I always say, oh, well, this guy's gonna be the favorite. That's a legitimate 50-50 fight.
Adding to that discussion, Sean Zettel described a potential showdown between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron Boots Ennis as one of the most exciting fights that could be made. He believes Ortiz's fast hands, sharp combination punching, powerful jab, and relentless aggression would force Ennis into a firefight rather than a technical battle. Zettel also argued that Ortiz possesses the power and hand speed to match Ennis in exchanges, making the matchup highly competitive on paper.
That's an amazing fight because Ortiz brings, he's not known for his velocity, but he does bring really good punching velocity, aka speed, and he's an incredible combination puncher. And he's not going to make the mistake of what you're saying of trying to outbox Vergil or Jaron Ennis. He's going to make it a firefight and go blow for blow. And oh my God, on paper, what a fight that should play out to be. And he has more firepower than Xander Zayas. And he's meaner and more ferocious than Xander Zayas, whose advantage over Ortiz is supposed to be his boxing acumen and a little bit more versatility to moving around the ring and all that. But Ortiz has an excellent jab, an excellent double jab, very fast hands that can challenge the hand speed in the exchanges of Jaron Ennis, and power that can challenge the punching power of Jaron Ennis.
Even so, Sean Zettel leaned toward Jaron Boots Ennis to come out on top. He noted that Ortiz had trouble adjusting to Israel Madrimov's movement and unpredictable angles, arguing that Ennis possesses the athleticism and offensive ability to exploit those same weaknesses while landing cleaner, more effective shots, giving him the edge despite Ortiz's strong run at 154 pounds.
Here we go. You know what's one thing that makes me think Ennis does win that fight? Even though Ortiz right now on paper is the favorite. He's been at 54 and all. When you look at how Madrimov's awkwardness and his movement in that fight made it hard for Ortiz to get off until later in the fight, Ennis can implement the same things but actually be hitting him while he's doing it.
Likewise, Gary Russell Jr. favored Jaron Boots Ennis in a potential clash with Vergil Ortiz Jr., pointing to Ennis's rare athleticism, natural talent, and physical gifts as the biggest advantages. While acknowledging Ortiz's power in both hands and disciplined approach, Russell believed his flatter-footed style and slower pace would allow Boots to control the action. He also noted that Ennis must remain alert to avoid getting caught by a left hook, but ultimately felt his style was well-suited to neutralize Ortiz's strengths.
But Boots, he just freakishly good when it comes to his God-given talent, athleticism, and stuff like that. That's what's going to win him over the fight. But he got to not get hit with a hook. That's what he got hurt with. I saw it. Based off of the styles. Now, when you talk about styles and the kinks that's in each other's armor, Boots, I feel like being matched up against Ortiz, that hook is not going to catch him. Now, granted, Ortiz got pop in both hands. Stylistic wise, I feel like he has a good style. He has a typical style, to be honest. You know, but just like Xander, he's obedient. He's not going to deviate and try to do nothing flashy for the crowd. He's going to go there and get the job done. But I feel like he would be too flat-footed for Boots. He would be too slow of a pace for Boots.
Meanwhile, Gabe Rosado viewed a clash between Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. as a must-see matchup. He credited Ennis for his elite boxing skills, but pointed out that his tendency to engage in exchanges can sometimes work against him. Rosado believes that approach could play directly into Ortiz's strengths, giving the heavy-handed contender chances to connect with damaging shots and turning the fight into an explosive battle.
I love the fight between him and Vergil. I think that's a top-notch fight right there. That's Sugar Ray Duran right there. You know what I mean? Of this era would be his biggest flaw. But at the same time, his greatest asset is that he could box you and it'd be a boring match. But that's not him. He like to walk you down. So he can give an opponent an opportunity to catch him. So like, let's say a guy like Vergil Ortiz, who's a big puncher, strong guy, you know, he's going to give Vergil opportunities where Vergil can land his shots, because Boots ain't the type of guy that's going to run all day. He's not a boring fighter. He's a fighter. He's going to sit in the pocket with you and he's going to bang. So that's his style, man. So it could work against him or it could just work for him. But I love it. I love his style.
Continuing the conversation, Sean Porter expressed confidence that Jaron "Boots" Ennis is still evolving as a fighter and has yet to show his complete ceiling. Although he gave Vergil Ortiz Jr. credit for his performance against Serhii Bohachuk, Porter argued that facing Ennis would be a far greater test, believing Boots brings a different caliber of skill and presents a much more difficult challenge.
I just think he's been just simply amazing, and I think that even for someone of his talent, of his stature, that the way he's grown in this thing, I think there's another level for him as well, and I don't think he's gotten there yet.
Yeah, man, Vergil looked really good against Lubin.
Yeah.
Boots is no Lubin. Boots is a different cut.
Adding another viewpoint, Greg Hackett described a potential clash between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. as one of the toughest fights to call, noting that Ennis tends to adjust his performances based on the opponent in front of him. Even so, Hackett believed Ortiz's tight, accurate punching could make him especially dangerous if he were able to hurt Ennis, suggesting he has the finishing ability to capitalize on those moments. Ultimately, he maintained that the only real way to answer those questions is to see the two meet inside the ring.
How would that fight go?
That's the thing. I don't know, because I feel like you get different versions of Boots depending on who he's fighting. But I'm not gonna lie, if Vergil might have been able to do a little more if he got Boots buzzed like that. You know what I mean? Because he throw a tighter shot. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, because we gotta wait and see.
Along similar lines, Max Kellerman described a potential fight between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. as a razor-close contest. He gave Ennis a slight edge due to his physical advantages, including his size, reach, and defensive ability, but pointed out that Ortiz owns the stronger resume against top-level opposition. Kellerman also argued that a victory over Ortiz, especially in a hard-fought battle, would firmly establish Ennis as the elite talent many believe him to be.
The taller, longer fighter with the better defense should be favored, and that's Boots, right? Because generally, that guy wins those fights. But it's a different thing than actually going out and beating Vergil Ortiz and doing it in style. If he
especially
fights
in that type of manner.
Who should be the favorite in that fight, Shady?
I'm going with Boots.
Favorite.
Yeah.
He should be the betting favorite.
Yes.
I think this is a genuine coin flip fight. I really do. And I think we have to remember that Vergil Ortiz has fought the much better competition.
That's true. That's true.
He beat Israel Madrimov, very quality win. Madrimov gave Crawford all he can handle.
This fight happens and Boots wins a close, tough fight, then he is at least what we think he is.
Not everyone agreed, however. One analyst backed Vergil Ortiz Jr. to defeat Jaron "Boots" Ennis, arguing that his relentless work rate would be the deciding factor. While praising Ennis as an outstanding fighter, the analyst questioned whether he had truly been tested against elite opposition and expressed confidence that Ortiz has the ability to beat any champion at 154 pounds.
I think he'll outwork Boots. Boots is a great fighter, don't get me wrong, but who is he for? We haven't seen him really be tested yet.
Yeah.
I think that Vergil can beat any of the champs at 154.
On the other hand, Andy Rozier leaned toward Jaron "Boots" Ennis in a potential clash with Vergil Ortiz Jr., believing Ennis's extraordinary skill set would ultimately prove decisive. Even so, Rozier made it clear he has tremendous respect for Ortiz, describing him as a dangerous force inside the ring, and expecting the matchup to deliver an action-packed, closely contested battle.
Listen, I love the fight. I have to definitely side with nephew. Boots is, I think his talent is very, very, very good, and I think it's going to be difficult, but Vergil is a monster, so it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see it.
Meanwhile, Chris Mannix believes Jaron "Boots" Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz Jr. has evolved into one of the sport's most anticipated matchups. He explained that Ennis's recent performance has generated even greater excitement and feels another statement win from Ortiz would make the demand for the fight impossible to ignore.
With DAZN, that is a very good fight to make, but I am anticipating, I am frothing, I am salivating for the fight against Vergil Ortiz. That was a massive fight 3 months ago when they were negotiating it. It is even bigger now after a fight like this. If Vergil goes out, looks spectacular in his next fight, there is going to be incredible momentum to have that fight take place. Texas, Vegas, here in New York City, it doesn't matter. That is going to be one of the biggest fights we can see in boxing.
Adding to the analysis, Chris Mannix emphasized that Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s relentless finishing ability makes him one of the sport's most dangerous opponents. He argued that Jaron "Boots" Ennis would need to sharpen his defensive discipline, establish his jab more consistently, and avoid unnecessary risks to succeed. Mannix also believed Ennis' most recent performance could serve as an important learning experience ahead of a potential showdown, adding that the fight is the logical next step and should be made as soon as possible.
Ortiz is a killer, one of the best finishers in all of boxing. You've got to shore up that defense. You got to move a little bit more, be willing to box a little bit more, throw that jab a little bit more. These are all lessons I think Boots will take from that. And maybe you're happy about it, right? Like if you had fought Vergil Ortiz right away, maybe you fight like that, and Vergil maybe he knocks you out. Now you get a learning experience from it, and we go into that. Just let's make it happen. Let's just make it happen. Give me that fight, please. I'm begging you.
Tim Bradley, however, expressed complete confidence that Jaron "Boots" Ennis would defeat Vergil Ortiz Jr., insisting he doesn't believe Ortiz has the skills to overcome Ennis's all-around ability. Bradley even declared he would be willing to back that prediction with his own money, arguing that when elite skill is matched against elite skill, he believes Ennis holds the clear advantage and expects him to come out on top.
Vergil Ortiz can't beat no Boots Ennis. Vergil Ortiz can't beat no Boots Ennis. I promise you. Vergil Ortiz ain't beating no Boots. When y'all gonna listen? Y'all ain't got to listen. Y'all ain't got to listen. Oh, I'ma put my money where my mouth is. Ooh, I'ma put my money where my mouth is. Oh yeah, the next fight is gonna be against Boots Ennis. And you ain't... Man, listen to me, people. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, skill versus skill.
Sharing a similar opinion, Danny Garcia described a potential showdown between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. as the kind of matchup boxing needs, featuring two young, hungry contenders chasing legacy, championships, and career-defining success. While giving Ortiz full credit for his abilities, Garcia ultimately favored Ennis, believing Ortiz's aggressive, come-forward style would play directly into Boots' strengths and make the matchup a natural fit for him.
Establish his range. He's already got his timing down. I was like, it's going to be a short night for Xander Zayas.
Offering a different perspective, Jermaine Ortiz admitted he previously viewed Jaron "Boots" Ennis as the clear favorite, but believes recent performances have made the matchup far more competitive. He argued that Vergil Ortiz Jr., his heavy hands and proven ability to close the show now give him a genuine opportunity to pull off the victory.
Styles make fights. You know, before I would have said Boots, no problem, but after seeing him being vulnerable and getting hurt, now I can say, Vergil has a puncher's chance.
With opinions split between fighters, trainers, and analysts, Jaron "Boots" Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz Jr. is shaping up to be one of the biggest fights boxing can make. Now it's your turn. Who do you think wins? And does it end by knockout or go the distance? Share your prediction in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest boxing coverage.